Hello and welcome to the France 24 interview. Tensions are flaring between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. Kinshasa is accusing its neighbors of fomenting trouble and funding a rebellion in the east of the country. Kigali denies the charges that were also made by the United Nations and several human rights organizations. So can a solution be found? Their efforts on a regional level, but also at the United Nations, where a mini summit on the Great Lakes region is supposed to take place on September 27th on the margins of the UN General Assembly. With me today to discuss this very tense situation in the region is Atoki Ileka, who is the ambassador of the Democratic Republic of the Congo to France.
Yes,
Mr. Ambassador, welcome.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be here.
I just want to ask you a very simple and straight question. What is Rwanda up to in your country?
Rwanda what Rwanda is doing in DRC is what they have been doing since about a decade now. You know, the situation that we are facing in DRC is a direct consequence of the ethnic strife that began first in Burundi and then in Rwanda with the genocide, and which has been, first of all, exported in DRC. They tried to have the same ethnic strife in DRC. That didn't work, because I think that the population of DRC, they think that they are part of one and only one country. And then what Rwanda did, they found that with the illegal exploitation of the natural resources of DRC, they could finance part of their development. And that was what they have been doing through proxies, either rebellion like the RCD, and then another rebellion which was the CNDP, and the M23, which is a prolongation of the NDP, serves the purpose of Rwanda. And when you see the region where the M23 is operating, it's still a region which is rich of natural resources, and it's just bordering the border with Rwanda. So it's a way to continue this kind of illegal exploitation.
So a group of UN experts has accused Rwanda of backing very directly the M23 rebellion, and human rights organizations have confirmed that. They've also recently accused that rebellion of committing atrocities in the region. So how direct is the involvement of Rwanda?
Actually, at the highest level. Let's say officially it goes to General Kabarebe,
the defense minister.
The defense minister. But knowing how Rwanda works, because Rwanda is still a dictatorship, I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. There's nothing that this general can do without the knowing of the president, which is Paul Kagame. So what we have done as DRC, we went to the United Nations, to the Security Council, and officially we have requested that all those Rwandan officials named in the report should be sanctioned. So there should be a ban travel against them, and also there'll be a freezing of their assets. And also we went further. The 4 commanders of the M23, which were named in the High Commissioner report, Navi Pillay, we ask also that they should be brought to justice.
But the M23 claims that it has, its own issues and that it is not related to Rwanda. It says, that the people from the eastern DRC have not been respected, especially the soldiers have been mistreated. You believe that's not true, and it's actually Rwanda conducting a proxy war through them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And when you see who are the commanders of the M23, all of them are Rwandan nationals.
They're not Congolese.
They're not Congolese, no. Beginning to his Bosco Tanganda, Sultani Makenga, and so forth.
But what I don't understand is that in 2009, when there was a previous rebellion, there was an agreement, and the relationship between your country and Rwanda improved vastly. There was even military cooperation, and now suddenly you're trading very serious accusations. What happened?
No, actually, in 2003 there were still some security concerns, mainly from Rwanda. They were still feeling that the FDLR was a great threat to the national security. And we, in good faith, we told them that if you think that we are not able to do the job, why don't you join us and we just finish the job?
The FDLR, for our viewers, being a Hutu
The
militias.
Hutu, those who committed the genocide. That was 2009. And now, 2 years later, for some reason, they're still there. The truth is that when you are exploiting illegally the natural resources of DRC, there's no FDLR, there's no Rwanda, there's no so forth. It's like the banknotes, they don't smell. So there are some networks who are created and in order to exploit illegally all those natural resources, and everybody gain from this exploitation. So that's why it was an interest of Rwanda to have some kind of war or no war situation in the eastern part of DRC, so they could continue that kind of.
But there's something I don't understand. Until very recently, there were 2 units of Rwandan special forces stationed in your country, in the east of the country. They recently withdrew because they say the situation became too unstable. And so how do you explain that? You were cooperating and then you're accusing of plundering your country.
The operation in 2001 was an operation with some very clear objective and was limited on time. So when they finished their operation in 2009, they went back to Rwanda. So let's not be confused with something. In December 2004, we created what we call the GMV, the Joint Mechanism Verification, between DRC, Rwanda, and MONUC at the time. And on both sides, we allowed military officers, I tell officers, not ground troops, officers on both sides, to verify the various allegations against the national security concern of each country. That mechanism, the GMV, worked from until recently very, very well at the beginning, and then so and so. But when the situation became dire between us and Rwanda, we went to the Conference of Greater Region, and we asked that that GMV cease to exist, and we go to another mechanism. And we called on the officers of this GMV to return back to their country. And we were surprised that 2 or 3 days later, Rwanda came saying that we are going to withdraw 2 battalions. Even ourselves were quite surprised.
You did not know those troops were there?
No, we did not know. And then came this.
That's surprising, no?
No, I'm continuing. So then it came these videos. What I think, for my part, because this video is not dated, I think that this video is part of the 2009 retreat. But then, if it is not the case, because there's a possibility it's not the case, it can be a genuine one. So it is a operation from Rwanda, which actually they did very well, I must say. It was also a way from them to take back some of the troops which were operating alongside with the.
But this means, let's say it's true. Mm-hmm. This means that your government, your authority, does not know what's happening on its territory. And that's what Rwanda has been saying, that your country is accusing others because it's not able to control its territory. Of course, it's immense, it's a difficult place, yes, but that's a problem.
But why don't we accuse all the country on only one? That's the first thing. The second thing, like I said, for me, the M23, like you said, is not a rebellion. We are pitted directly against the Rwandan army, which is still in a vast chunk of territory of DRC. So in the territory controlled by the so-called M23, of course, the authority of the state is not there. So they are doing whatever they want. And that retreat came in that part of the territory. I would have loved to see all those Rwandan military come to Njili, Kinshasa, and take the plane back to Rwanda, but that's a thing that I may never see very soon.
Okay, just so quickly, there's one related issue. One opposition figure from your country, Roger Lumbala, was arrested in Burundi, interrogated by the secret services there, and then he fled, and he's now a refugee at the South African embassy in Burundi. Your government is accusing him of going to Rwanda to try to foment rebellion, maybe in other parts of DRC. Can you tell us if that's true?
Maybe that's African WikiLeaks, maybe, I don't know. But what we find very strange that Mr. Lumbala is a refugee within the South African embassy, but in another country, which is Burundi. So from my belief, maybe he has done something in Burundi and he's fleeing from the justice of Burundi. But then, since he is now in a location that we can clearly identify, it is true that our government wants to hear from him of what he has done lately around the region. He has been in Kigali, we know that. He is in Burundi, we know that. What he has been doing exactly, we would like to hear from him.
Just last question. Does that mean that through this example, you are convinced that Rwanda is trying to steer more trouble, maybe more rebellion in your country to destabilize the DRC?
Exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly what Rwanda has been doing since more than a decade.
But even more so lately?
Absolutely.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for coming on the France 24 interview. And thank you all for watching it. Stay tuned here on France 24 for more news.
Thank you.